There are two types of people. There are active people and there are passive people. The active people always have something to do. They're reading a book, they're reading the Quran, they're reading the translation, the tafsir, hadith mubarakah, they've got so many wills to do, they're teaching their kids, they're doing this, they're going to the madrasa, they're online courses, madrasa al-Madina, Balighan, Madni Kafilas, they're constantly running about. Active life. They haven't got time to get depressed. They haven't got time to think about insignificant things. Their life is so full of beautiful flowers. They've not got time to cry over the thrones. They live in a beautiful world. They're not going to cry over dilapidated buildings. Why? They move on quickly. Somebody upsets them, maybe for a short moment they're upset. But then time moves on, they move on, end of story. But then you've got the passive ones. They live a life of misery. Their life evolves around what others think, what others do, what others eat, what others wear. That's their life. They sit there idly on their sofas, day after day, feeling sorry for themselves. They won't go to the masajid. They will not go for prayers. They will not pray at home. They will not read the Quran. They'll spend time, waste time on social media and on television. And then when they see the other person happy and joyful, they think, why? Why am I so miserable? Why is he so joyful? Why has Allah given him such a beautiful life? Why am I not getting the same thing? And na'uz billah, they start to think that their destiny is bad and Allah hasn't dealt them a just hand. Astaghfirullah. The problem is that person you see with all the luxuries and everything working out for him gets up and prays Fajr in the masjid. That person you see gets up and reads the Quran. He makes sure his children read the Quran. He changes the environment in his house to remember Allah and His Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam 24/7. He walks out to the house and reads the dua. He earns halal. He spends his life serving the deen. He tries to travel on the Madni Kafilas. He goes to the Ijtiman, Zikr and Naat and everything else. And his life evolves around Allah and His Habib. He's always active. He's always doing things. And you are always sat there, away from the masajid, away from the Madni environment, away from Madni channel, watching dramas, watching all sorts of filth on the internet, and then you expect to be in the same category. What you do is what you get. If you do good, you will get good. But if you do bad, you will get bad. If you think that you're going to sit in the comfort of your own room, look at the wrong thing on the internet, and then expect peace and tranquility in your heart, it's not going to happen. But if you purify your loneliness when you're sat alone, if you're looking at Madni channel, if you're learning the deen, then watch. Your depression, your anxieties will disappear. Don't cry. Don't cry over missed opportunities. If it wasn't for you, Allah will give you the opportunity. But try and better yourself. Create your own opportunities. Allah has given you the ability. It's the ones who are weak who sit there and say, he had better chances, I didn't. But the intelligent one, he creates his own opportunities. How many people do we know who from nothing have built empires, have built stable lives, have built good homes from nothing? Why? Because they went out to work and achieve. They had a passion, they had a determination, they had a longing, so they did it. They didn't just sit there. It didn't just happen by sitting there. They went out to achieve, to set up their business, to become good at work, to do the work of deen, to educate themselves, to learn the Quran, to better recite it, to rhythmically recite it, to read the naat. They had to work. It doesn't come naturally to anybody. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.